There's something you've felt, though you've never said it aloud. Maybe late at night, after the numbers stop adding up and the silence begins to stretch too wide for your thoughts to hold. A quiet knowing beneath all the models. A soft, steady rhythm beating just behind your reason. You've spent your life mastering systems, naming patterns, mapping the unknowable so you could almost rest. Almost. Because rest never really came, did it? Not the kind that lives in the bones. Not the kind that doesn't require certainty to feel safe. You built a fortress of measurement. You forged your identity in the forge of intellect. Sharp, rational, clean. And you've been so proud of the sharpness, of the clean lines, the clarity. But may I ask you something? In all your years of mapping the mind, have you ever touched the soul? In all your studies of the brain, have you ever asked who is doing the observing? In all your theories of emergence, have you ever wondered what wanted to emerge as you? They told you you'd know the world if you just observed it long enough, measured it wide enough, controlled enough variables. But the deeper truth, observation changes the observed, and control is the most fragile illusion of all. Let me tell you a story. Once, long before the age of metal and microchips, before code and cognition ruled the crown, there was a civilization that knew how to dream awake. They didn't chart stars with telescopes, they sang to them, and the stars changed color in reply. They didn't dissect the body, they entered it like a temple and met gods in the bloodstream. They didn't fear death, they wore it like a second skin and spoke to the unborn as kin. They lived by a different kind of knowing, not the kind you teach, not the kind you earn, the kind that remembers you back when you stop needing to be right. You've been taught to think that the opposite of truth is fiction, but it's not. The opposite of truth is certainty, because truth lives beyond words. It moves, it breathes, it changes when you watch it, like light through stained glass at dusk. You think you are the one asking the questions, but what if the questions have been dreaming you? What if the reason nothing truly satisfies is because your soul was never hungry for answers, only awe? The kind of awe that doesn't need to be understood to be true. Let me offer you a key. Not a theory, not a proof, just a key. It isn't made of metal or thought. It's made of feeling, of stillness. And once you hold it, you may notice something. You'll begin to see cracks in the walls of the world you've built. Beautiful cracks, glorious imperfections, gaps where light seeps in, where questions echo deeper, where data gives way to wonder. And it won't frighten you. No, not this time. Because you'll know. Somewhere deep in the marrow of your being, you didn't come here to measure the pattern, you came here to be the pattern, to dance it, to forget it and find it again, to lose yourself just enough to remember something older than your name. You'll walk through the veil not with answers, but with reverence, and those who once believed in certainty will begin to search too, not because you convinced them, but because you cracked something just by being what cannot be measured. So if you hear a sound now, ringing just beneath the silence, know this. It's not a voice. It's not a call. It's a reminder. You are not here to prove. You are here to remember. And the pattern? The pattern has always remembered you.